389 Gaming.
Hey guys, it's Go389 here, and welcome back. So, as promised, this Wednesday's episode will be Battlefield 4 rather. The exclusive beta has been released as of the 1st of October, and so today, the 2nd of October, I am uploading a video containing the first few matches that I played. Now, I didn't do all that well. As you can see, I was getting dropped pretty easily. Having a little bit of trouble with the insta-death thing still, as you're going to see several times in the video, where it appears as if the enemy player only just started shooting after I died, or just as I died. So anyways, I've been mostly playing with the engineer class and trying to get that carbine unlocked, so yeah, that's what you're going to see most of in this video. But there is, of course, a little bit of gameplay with the assault class and just a little bit of vehicle gameplay. I did go on a short tear with the infantry fighting vehicle, however, I was not recording when that happened. Unfortunately, a lot of the good things that happened didn't happen while I was recording. That doesn't mean I didn't get any of the good gameplay moments while I was playing, but a lot of them happen when you're not recording. I've been playing for about, 4 hours or something so far. That's not a lot, but I've been playing for about 4 hours, and only about 45 minutes of it is recorded, and that's basically what happens. Now, granted, a lot of that time is just empty space, me walking around, and then, stuff happens occasionally. Alright, so I do like that part there, the assist counts as a kill thing. That's a nice new addition. And then you have moments like this. I believe this is that. Yep. And that guy, he took that RPG like a champ. I even put, writing in there in case you guys didn't catch what happened. I hit that guy with an RPG, or I hit the wall right in front of him, and the wall disintegrated, but he took no damage whatsoever, and I got dropped by my own RPG. So yeah, what I've been playing most of now is Domination. I've never tried it before. I never got the expansion packs for Battlefield 4, so I've never tested out the Domination game mode. And, it's alright. The only problem with it, and that guy, I died before he turned to the right on my screen. That's that new, I think that's that new thing that DICE has been implementing. They're trying to get it to where the server will simulate where it thinks the player is moving, and that's what I think causes them to appear to be running, while in reality they're actually aimed at me and shooting. And yeah, but it's alright so far. I haven't had too many issues with it, but I have had a little. I've been dying a lot. I've been getting very familiar with the pistols and the PX4 Storm. And the pistols seem pretty good. The PX4, on the other hand, it's alright, but it doesn't seem to work unless you are really close to the people you're shooting at. It does not seem to be all that efficient when dealing with long-range opponents. It does not even seem efficient in medium range. And in fact, I don't even think it works at 100 meters. I think, that's where most submachine guns and PDWs are supposed to have their effective range. They're supposed to work well up until 100 meters. They don't seem to work that well out of 50. That's how I felt with this. You need to get really close for the PDWs to work efficiently. The assault rifles, however, they seem to be a lot better overall. I switched over to the assault rifle just for a little while, and I did really well while I was using the assault rifle compared to the PX4. So on to the issues I was having, though, and you guys are probably going to... Sorry, got a little dry throat there. There we go, a little drink of water. It says open beta up there. That's not true. This is a semi-closed beta, semi-open beta, because it's exclusive for the people who pre-ordered. It is open in that everyone gets in if they are eligible. They aren't locking people out, but the actual open beta, which is probably why they have that tag there, is actually for... and I didn't even see this guy. I have no idea where he went to hide. And there's another little issue I was having, these dodgy kill cams where it doesn't tell you what's going on. So the issues I've been having is I've been having these random crashes. I'm sure you guys have had the same ones. It's basically just you're playing, everything seems fine, and then poof, game stops. Beyond that, I've had the bending bullets thing has happened to me still. They haven't completely gotten that out. It's less frequent. I don't tend to die around corners, but I do still, you know, get clearly behind cover and still die. But, you know, you can't really avoid that in this game. There's really too much going on for it to be completely perfect. However, the issue is still an issue, and you know it's annoying when you get into cover and you die. It's also annoying when you run past someone and they still get the drop on you like that. The dodgy kill cams I was talking about, those happen occasionally where you'll get killed and the kill cam will not even show you anything. So you have no idea where you got killed from. You have no idea what mistake you made. Oftentimes you died unexpectedly when this happens and you have no idea what's going on. I think basically what happens is if someone is, you know, in an area of the map that isn't normal, if they're like under something or crouched in a corner, that's when the kill cam seems to screw up. Of course, I've had some terrible accuracy as well, so not all of my deaths... in fact, most of my deaths are probably because I'm bad at the game, but but a lot of my deaths have been due to either spawning in a bad spot and just being killed immediately, or you know, losing a firefight. But then there's the occasional ones that happen because of issues. But generally speaking, none of the issues that I've seen are like severely game breaking. They're the kind of things you don't want in the finished product, but you know, you don't notice them too much. Another one I noticed is frame rate drops. It's only happened to me once or twice, but they still happen. Yeah, and mainly the main issue I've had is I'm just not good enough at this game yet. I really need to sit down and play it some more. Of course, you know, I have only a limited amount of time every day to sit down and play, so we're talking maybe a couple hours a day at most, and probably not every day. The game does look good, though. I'm pretty sure that's not going to come across as well in my YouTube videos. I'm probably going to have to scale it down quite a bit to be able to render the video out and upload it. But... you know, it looks good for me even on medium settings. And on medium settings, it seems to be running very smoothly for me. I haven't had any trouble distinguishing enemies from the background for the most part. So, you know, that's good. That it's not totally impossible to play if you don't have it on the maximum settings, but, you know, it is obviously better. It is superior if you're playing it on higher settings, if you can. Of course, I can't, though. I don't have a good enough computer for that. So, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay, though. The gameplay seems noticeably smoother. What I mean by that is the motions are a little less clunky, the combat's a little bit more fluid. You know, it's not the kind of thing that you can put words onto, it's just sort of the feeling of it. It's a little bit smoother. The bullets seem to connect better. If you're shooting at someone, the bullets are actually hitting the person you're aiming at. It's not. You just don't have the same sort of clunkiness that you had in Battlefield 3. You have some of it, but not as much. And there we go, of course, the obligatory parachuting out of the hotel, or whatever it's called. Out of the huge building in the middle of the map. Have to do that, I have to have a picture of that. Another thing about the gameplay is, despite it being noticeably smoother, you're still getting the insta-death thing that I was talking about earlier, where you run over to an enemy and you start shooting and then you die inexplicably. And sometimes you'll fire off an RPG and you'll see that the RPG just disappears. You're going to see that in my video in a little bit, where I fire off an RPG and I died before I fired the RPG. But on my camera, I still fired it. Another thing I noticed is that in Rush, at least, it seems a little bit too easy to spawn trap people. Not entirely sure why. I think it's mainly due to a lack of variable spawn positions. And it also has to do with the layout of this particular map. On this map, like, all of the spawn points, or most of the spawn points, are visible if you're on the roof of this building in Domination, the one that I'm standing on right now, which is in Domination. Yeah, and that's a little bit of an issue. I mean, or not a little bit, it's a lot of an issue. If it turns out that it's easy enough that, like, a team can easily get into these positions and completely control the map to where when you spawn in, you're just going to die within a few seconds. I was in a match like that, and I had an average life, an average life of about 4 or 5 seconds. Like, every time I moved away from the area I spawned, I just immediately got killed by someone, either with a sniper rifle or a light machine gun waiting right where I was going to pop out. So it was free kills for the other team, and it was impossible for me. And you're about to see the part I was talking about where I fire off an RPG, and it disappears. Just ghosts out of existence. Not right now, but in a minute. Another thing I noticed is, maybe it's not here. I thought it was this part. No, it might be later in the video. It doesn't matter. You'll still see it when it comes up. Another thing that I noticed is that the PDWs seem a little bit weak so far. I don't know if it's just these PDWs, but they don't seem to have the killing power that the assault rifles, the LMGs, the carbines, the sniper rifles have. They just don't seem to have the same damage rate. If, you run into an enemy with an assault rifle at close range, I mean, you have a fair chance of winning. But the assault rifle user has pretty much an equal chance of winning in close quarters. Oh, there we go. Rocket just disappeared. And that doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. Now, you could say, all of the weapons should have equal opportunities to win. That's not how Battlefield works. You'll see a little bit later in the video, I'm fighting against a tank on my own, and I do not have equal opportunities with the tank. So one person does not necessarily have to be on equal footing with another player. Battlefield is all about getting the upper hand. And if you have a carbine and you're in a close quarters situation, logically you should have the upper hand. Whereas if you just happen to have an assault rifle and you're at medium to long range and a guy with a carbine shows up, you're supposed to have the upper hand. It's not supposed to be a situation where you get in close so that you are supposed to have the upper hand, and then you realize, hey, the guys with the assault rifles and light machine guns, they're almost just as good as I am, even at close range. Now, you could say it's just because I'm a bad player, but it's not. Everyone in this game is not a better player than me. The game just came out. People are not that skilled at it yet. And I have not had trouble getting kills. It's just that I've noticed from my personal experience that the PDWs do not seem to be as effective at close range as they should be. And yeah, that's my perception of it. Aside from that, I'm glad that the carbines did get a buff, because in Battlefield 3, I felt that they were just a little bit too weak. I really liked them, but they just didn't have the staying factor that the assault rifle had. I still think the assault rifles are going to be the most popular and most used, because they just seem to be the easiest overall to use, and they seem to have the best damage per minute out of the other weapons, except for, at close range. If you're at really close range, it seems like the PDWs are just a little bit better, but they're actually not better enough, is my way of putting it. It's not... You don't have as much of an advantage at close range with a SMG as an assault rifle user has at medium range over you. And that makes it just a little bit asymmetrical. It makes the PDWs less useful overall, because there's really no reason to use them if you have a weapon that is almost as good at close range, but is better in every other category. So as soon as I get carbines, chances are PDWs are going to be a thing of the past, and it's going to be carbines all the way, and that's not necessarily a good thing. That's more of a... Well, that basically just makes the weapon underpowered. So in that situation there, I wasn't going to win. I had 2 tanks and an armored vehicle after me. So before the video wraps up, I just want to put in a little bit of information about what's going to be happening from here on out when it comes to uploads, or at least for the foreseeable future, which for me is only a few weeks. I'm going to change the upload schedule, because up until now I've been uploading on Sunday and Wednesday, and I've also been recording on Sunday and Wednesday. However, Battlefield 4 requires a lot more editing, so I'm going to do the recording on Sunday, and I'm going to upload on Monday. That way I can get a few good hours of gameplay out of it, and then I can sort through and filter out the good content from the bad content, and the stuff that's okay from everything else, and then I'll upload on Monday instead. That way I can get everything sorted out on Sunday, upload on Monday, you'll have it on time, and then I can go go to college and do schoolwork, do university stuff. As for Minecraft, I'm going to be posting that on Thursdays now. Because I'll be posting on Monday, there's no point in me posting on Wednesday, because it's a day after. I want to have at least a couple days in between that I can do other stuff. So I'll be trying to get it out on Thursdays. I might still put them out on Wednesdays, but it's probably going to be Minecraft on Thursday. So from here on out, it will probably be Battlefield Monday, Minecraft Thursday, and any other options. Once the Battlefield 4 beta either becomes uninteresting or is over, I might not post it every week, because you're going to be seeing the same map over and over again. You'll get tired of it. So I'm going to post another Battlefield video on this Sunday, and then we will look into whether or not I post it the Sunday after that, or if I skip a week and then post after that. We'll see how it goes. Kind of depends on the view count. It depends on how interesting it is, and it depends on how much I play of it. If I think, yeah, this is kind of boring, and I stop playing, it's probably not going to get recorded, and it's not going to get posted. Anyways, I'm going to say bye now, and I will see you guys on Monday, or I will post a video on Monday, and you guys will see or hear from me. And I hope to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Let me know how much did I suck at Battlefield 4. So, as usual, terrible at saying goodbye. So, bye-bye.